another video from Straight Smoke Gaming. We did a video, our last video, the Royal Rumble, showing you how we, can have a little fun while we're selling our product. And that's because selling MC businesses can be absolutely boring. I mean, especially when you sell them as much as I do. I try to sell my businesses once a day, and I normally succeed on that 6 out of the 7 days of the week. So I wanted to show you how it is possible to sell all 5 MC businesses solo with full product. Not selling half product. This is full product sales with no help, in a solo, doing it all on you. Okay, and here you can see the 5 businesses. That's what I'm going to be selling, and I did this after the sale, so not everything's a full product, but you'll see later in the clip that everything's full product. Pretty much what I'm pointing out right here is one of the 5 keys to selling full product solo for an MC business is the location. That is probably one of the biggest of the 5. It's going to be really tough for you to sell MC business with full product if it's in Paleto Bay, or if it's down in Paleto Bay or Essay Island. Those are going to be tough, depending on the vehicle you get. Okay, so here we go. We start selling. I start with my coke. I always start with either coke or meth, just because it takes the longest to reproduce product. So you should always start with those 2 businesses, unless you're selling in a populated lobby. Then sell your documents first. See if you get messed with. If you're going to get griefed, it's not a lobby. You don't want to sell something that's as important as coke or meth. But let's briefly talk about the 5 keys to selling MC businesses with full product solo. Okay, the first key, and perhaps one of the biggest, is the location of the business, which I just showed out. You don't want to be way high north. You don't want to be way down south in the city, down by the docks and all that crap. You want to be generally close to the middle of the map for your businesses, so that way it's not, whether you're selling from the desert to the city or the city to the desert, you want to be as close to it as possible, but still doing the harder sale so you get more money. So location is absolutely key. Number 2 would be having the Oppressor Mark II. You need this to get to the other vehicles. As you can see right here, I'm doing the coke. There's 4 bikes for me to deliver. So I need to go back to the coke 3 different times to get another bike. Okay, in order to do that and get back there quickly, you need an Oppressor Mark II. You could also use an air vehicle. The problem with the air vehicle is you can't always get your helicopter to spawn right next to you to go back to the business. You can with the CEO, but we're talking about MC businesses. So that's what makes the Oppressor really key in order to selling full product by yourself. Okay. Next thing I'm going to touch on is you need to do this in a solo lobby. Okay. That's definitely the first 3 are the biggest. You need to do this in a solo lobby. I would not be able to do this, no chance in hell of doing this in a populated lobby, as I have 3 bikes back sitting up in the desert just waiting to be blown up by someone. So you cannot do this in populated lobbies. That's not an option. You will get griefed, and quite honestly, you deserve it for even trying such a stupid thing. There's tons of videos on YouTube on how to make public solo lobbies where you can sell your product. You know, it's the test nat type, very easy to do. That's how I sell my businesses 85% of the time. I could care less about getting the bonus. There you see I deliver bike number 2, use the presser to get back to bike number 3, and I'm off. Very simple. I deliver bike number 3. Here's something, because of the cooldown for the presser, you're going to sometimes use a different vehicle. I purposely brought in my Night Blade to go back to the 4th and final bike, and you're going to see one of the reasons why coming up here. One is the cooldown, another reason you'll see right after the sale. Here's me delivering the 4th bike. I was happy that it didn't crash while making it. I normally fall off the bike at least twice, especially if I'm delivering 4 of them. And there you go, right there. I'm dealing with a raid, and I wanted to be able to call my impressor, and I did that beforehand, and it's almost like it knew why I was doing this and why I did it that way, just for recording, because I wanted to show. And that happened to be a raid where you had to get there as fast as possible. Obviously, I want to be able to call my impressor in as soon as I'm done with that sale to deal with such. So that's one of the reasons why you don't always use the impressor. And, I mean, if you have time, even if there is no cooldown and you have time, it's fun using another bike. Here I am selling the meth. This is the best solo sale you can get, the best vehicle you can get. The single truck with all the product. This one's cake. Want to go to, after talking about selling in a solo lobby in order to do this, one of the 4th key is you have to have time. This takes time. The single truck right there, that's the quickest one, as you see, and I didn't have much footage on that because it's just easy. Here you know, I'm showing my meth, my coke. We went all the way down to the city, full product sales. So the 4th being, here I'm selling weed, the 4th key to selling solo full product being time. It does take time. That's why I prefer selling with my crew, because you can get selling done in literally half the amount of time. This afternoon I was bored and I had time, and I was like, you know, I'm going to challenge myself. It had been a while since I had done this, so I was like, yeah, we'll give it a go. Here, my 3rd, I'm selling my weed, and I got one of the better vehicles. After the single truck full of product, you're going to want helicopters or boats. Those are the next best thing after the single truck. I got helicopters. I was happy about that, because helicopters, you know, you can just fly the helicopter back to get the other helicopter. No need to call the oppressor in. So, okay, so we discussed time. Next thing, the 5th key to selling all MC businesses with full product solo is you're going to need supplies to replace product lost if you have to leave the session because you get a bad vehicle. And as you're going to find out in this video, there really is only one vehicle where you're going to need to do that. Every other vehicle you get, single truck, I don't have footage of the garbage trucks, but there you go. There's all the helicopters sold. Easy.